Namaste. Hello and welcome to Zoom Yoga number 61. As ever, we'll start with the opening quote, which is anonymous. The same boiling water that softens potatoes hardens eggs. It's all about what you are made of, not your circumstances. The same boiling water that softens potatoes hardens eggs. It's all about what you are made of, not your circumstances. So as you reflect on that, if you'd like to lie down in Shavasana. So you're lying on your back, feet slightly more than hip width apart, floppy feet. Palms facing upwards, slightly away from the body. Check that your chin is not bent in the ceiling. So adjust your head to a comfortable position. Take your left shoulder and gently lift it up and roll it back down. Take your right shoulder, gently lift it up and just roll it back down into a comfortable position. Become aware there may be a slight space in your lower back. So gently compress that natural lordosis you have in your lower back, gently compress that down onto the ground. It's a slight pelvic tilt. Shavasana, the mind-body relaxer. You're trying to let go of the old to make space for the new. Whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. So just allow the body to breathe naturally. And bring your awareness to your forehead. Imagine your forehead is like a piece of velvet. Soft and smooth, creaseless. Bring your awareness to your forehead. Soften and relax your forehead. Allowing the body to breathe naturally, you're softening and relaxing your forehead. Now take your eyelids and crunch them up like tissue paper. Just your eyelids, squeeze them together tightly and release. Squeeze again tightly, just your eyelids and release. Once more, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze and release. Keeping your eyelids soft, we're going to move our eyes. So take our eyes and look up. You're not moving anything else but your eyes. So take your eyes and look up. Really look up. Don't be passive. Look down. Look to the right. To the left. And we'll continue this twice more. So take your eyes and look up. Look down. To the right. To the left. And again, look up. Look down. To the right. To the left. Now I want you to take your tongue and press it firmly against the back of your top teeth. Take your tongue and press it firmly against the back of your top teeth. Careful with this one if your teeth are false. And then take your tongue and push it as far as you can down the back of the throat. This causes relaxation in the hips, in the area of the hips. Take the tongue and push against the back of the top teeth firmly. And then push your tongue as far as you can down the back of the throat. Once more, against the back of the top of the teeth. And then down the back of the throat. Now I want to firmly pout your lips, pout them forward, and then pull them back, baring your teeth. A few more of these in quick succession. Pout forward and hold. And then pull back. A couple more, forward and hold. And then firmly back. Next, we're going to try and resist a yawn. So we contract the jaw, but at the same time, we're trying to open the mouth as wide as we can. So we contract the jaw before we start, the neck muscles contract, and then you're trying to yawn, but at the same time, prevent yourself from yawning. You're opening the jaw, the mouth as wide as possible. And you can feel that it contracts all the neck muscles, all the throat muscles. Hold it as wide as you can, and then relax. So again, before you start the next one, you contract the neck muscles, contract the throat muscles, tighten the jaw, and at the same time, you're trying to open the mouth as wide as you can, but preventing it also. As wide as you can, and then relax. Once more in your own time. And relax. So check that your feet are still floppy. Palms facing upwards. Shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed, face relaxed. Allowing the body to breathe naturally. We're now trying to sense the air entering the nostrils. So you're like a sentry at the enter of your nostrils, and you're just becoming aware of the air entering the nostrils. You're allowing the body to breathe naturally. Keeping your awareness on the air entering the nostrils. So now we'll take conscious control of the breathing and we'll do mental alternate nostril. So we breathe in through the left nostril on the inhalation. Slow, smooth and deep. Wait for your natural pause, and then when you're ready, Exhale through the right nostril. Don't doubt it. Just bring your awareness to the breath, entering the left on the inhalation, exiting the right through the exhalation. And then it's in right. Waiting for your natural pause, as always. Out left. And just continue in your own pace. In left with the inhalation, waiting for your natural pause. Out right. Again, you wait for the pause. You're not holding the breath out. You're allowing it to remain out. When you breathe in right, out left. This balances up the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. A few more rounds in your own time. In left, out right. In right, out left. Now relax all efforts. Take your palms and place them down the side of your body. Instead of having them out at the side, facing upwards, face down, close into the torso. And we're just going to inhale as we pull the toes towards us. Wait for your natural pause. Exhale as you squeeze and tighten the toes. Only the toes, nothing else. Inhale as we pull the toes towards us. Exhale as we squeeze and tighten. Slow, smooth, deep breaths, a full yogic breath, which means the abdomen inflates, the rib cage expands, and you get the last puff of air into the upper chest. The rest of the body is totally relaxed. A couple more. Slow, smooth, deep. Oxygenate the blood, calming the nervous system, and you're bringing clarity of thought. Now we bend at the ankles, so we inhale as we pull the toes back and pull the feet back, so you get a strong contraction of the calf muscles. Inhale, wait for your pause. Exhale as you then push the feet forward and stretch the toes forward as you squeeze them. Inhale, pull the toes towards you and pull the ankles towards you, the feet. And you get a lovely contraction of the calf muscle, a contraction of the thigh muscles as you're oxygenating the blood, cleansing the lungs, calming the nervous system for this simple exercise. Everything else remains relaxed. This isn't load bearing. You're using minimal energy for this. As you inhale, pull the toes and the feet towards you, contracting the calf muscles, the thigh muscles. Exhale as you relax and point and squeeze. Stretching. Make sure you're doing the full yogic breath. In your own practice, you can set a timer and lie here for as long as you wish. But for today, we'll just do 3 more. Of course, your forehead is still like velvet. Your eyes are relaxed. Your cheekbones are relaxed. Your jaw is relaxed. Your tongue, your teeth. Lie, allowing the body to breathe naturally. Relax all efforts. And you're trying to increase the surface area of the body, surrendering itself onto the ground. Shavasana, it's also called Maritasana, the dead man's pose, which you die into the old to make space for the new. So take your feet to your seat, and we're going to do simple cycling. So we're going to go forward first, raise our feet off the ground, and we're just going to pretend we're on a bike, and we're cycling forward, nice and slow and relaxed. You can synchronize the movements with the breath, or you can just move the legs regardless. But you're trying to exaggerate the movement. So as you get comfortable with the movement, you're trying to extend the legs out and ease them further back. Nice and slow. You can feel what's happening to the lower back. Try to keep it flat on the ground. You can feel what's happening to the abdominals just by this simple cycling movement. Nice and slow. When you feel you've had enough going forward, we'll reverse. Anytime you feel it's too much, you stop, place the feet down, have a wee break, and then start again. Take the feet, place them at your seat. Allow the knees to flop out to the side so the soles of the feet are pressed together. We're going to do an old favourite. We take our palms together, fingers pointing downwards on the groin. Remember, if you're following this for the first time, you can stop the video or stop what you're doing, watch, and then rewind and go back into the practice. So our knees are flopping out, the soles of our feet are together. We'll get a nice stretch through the inside of the thighs. Fingers pointing down. We're going to bend at the wrists as we inhale. Bend. We're not bending the arms, we're bending at the wrists. Thumbs onto the torso, and then we take these thumbs and trace them up over the torso, over the face, onto the back of the head, onto the ground. And you're stretching up, elongating the torso, stretching right through the arms up to the fingertips, and then spreading that out as you exhale and relax. So you can take as many breaths as you need to do this. Back into palms together, fingers pointing down. Bend at the wrists. You don't bend at the elbows and take the hands up to the middle of the body. You bend at the wrists with the arms straight as much as you can. And then inhale as you come up. It doesn't matter how many breaths you take doing this, as you trace the thumbs up over the torso, over the face, over the back of the head, and as close as you can to the head onto the ground. And you're getting a lovely stretch through the intercostals, through the shoulders, through the arms and the fingers. And that's a stretch that you take out. You keep stretching out as you spread the arms out to the side and come down. Again, you can do as many of these as you wish. It's a wonderful exercise, especially to do first thing in the morning. Oxygenate the body, cleanse the lungs, oxygenate the blood. And gentle stretch that isn't load bearing. You can do this first thing in the morning, lying in bed. Using minimal energy for maximum stretch. So we'll do a couple more. It's a wonderful stretch. As ever, holding for your natural pause when you're fully elongated. So now we take the knees together. You can use your hands to push the legs in, if that helps. Our knees are bent, our feet are on the ground next to our seat. We take our palms and we place them down at the side of our body, beside our buttocks, or we can make the hands into fists, slightly under the buttocks. I prefer this method to support the lower back. And we're going to lift the feet off the ground and straighten the legs. Now, it doesn't matter how far you get with the legs. What you're trying to do is keep as much of the lower back and buttocks on the ground as possible. I don't get very far on this one because I have a tight lower back. And this is all we're looking for. You're just raising the legs straight up. You've got the support under the buttocks with the fists, if you prefer that, or you can take the hands flat down at the side of the buttocks. I prefer the fists. Trying to keep your legs straight as much as possible. We're not coming up and lifting the buttocks off the ground, the lower back, I should say. And this is all we're looking for. Legs straight up and down. And to start to breathe slowly and deeply. If you're comfortable in this position, then you can open the legs and close. And then lower down if you wish. I prefer to stay up. Take a comfort breath. Inhale, open the legs. And close. So again, if it's your first time doing this, I'll only do a few of these because they're relatively strenuous. Open. If you start to shake or you get out of breath, then you've done too many, so you stop. Last one. Inhale, open. Keeping the legs straight. Exhale, close. Bend at the knees. Take our hands at the side of the body. Now we're going to take the buttocks off the ground ever so slightly. We're going to push down with our hands as we bend at the knees and we lift up with our hands under our hips. And we're just looking for the legs at 45 degrees, inverted position. So our hands are supporting our hips. And we're not taking the legs far, far, far down, 45 degrees. The body's at 45 as well. And relax into this position. It's getting oxygenated blood up to the head. You're training the body to be in an inverted position with all the myriad benefits that that brings. Just breathe slowly and deeply. Of course, if you have high blood pressure, you probably shouldn't do this. If you have problems with your eyes, you shouldn't be doing this one, or do it minimally. To come out of this, you bend at the knees, place the hands on the ground for support, and then you roll the back onto the ground, vertebra by vertebra. Slowly as you can. Stretch out the legs, palms down the side of the body. And I'm going to do the old favourite, the boats. So again, we're just going to inhale as we stretch the arms away, stretch the hands away, stretch the toes away, so without lifting the limbs off the ground. So we're inhaling and we're stretching away with the hands, we're pointing away with the toes. Exhale, relax. So the limbs may come off the ground a little, but you're not consciously trying to lift them. You're stretching in an inhalation. So we're inhaling, stretching away with the fingers, pointing away with the toes. And relax. You can take a comfort breath if you wish. And inhale, stretch and point. And you can feel what's happening to the structures. I don't have to mention it. A couple more in your own time, or if you wish to continue for more, then you stop the video, do as many as you wish, and then continue into the next postures. So now we're going to consciously lift the arms and legs. Don't lift the legs if you've lower back problems. We're going to inhale, we're going to lift the head up, look towards our toes, as we gently lift the hands and feet off the ground. Inhale as we look towards the toes, the hands go in line with the hips. The legs come off the ground just enough for the calf muscles to clear the ground. You don't have to lift the legs up like this. There's no added benefit. Look towards the toes. And then gently lower down. Take a few breaths. And when you're ready, if you're ready, you do a few more. So we inhale, lift the head up, look towards the toes, lift the hands up to the side of the legs. Ankles up, but don't lift the ankles if you have lower back problems. And then slowly, controlled, lower down. So if you're happy with these and you wish to go a little bit stronger, then we contract into fists, face, and contract everything in the body as you lift up. So instead of just lifting up with the fingers pointing forward at the side of the legs, we inhale, we come up, we've got fists at the side, we scrunch up our face, and we contract everything in the body. And again, lower down. Take as many comfort breaths as you feel you need. If you want to do a few more. So we'll try a couple more. So we inhale, as we look up, fists come up, face is contracted, and contract everything in the body as you're looking towards your toes. And slowly lower down. Some books advise you do this first thing in the morning. I think it's too strong for first thing in the morning, but try it and see what you think yourself. I suggest you do it in the bed, but again, the benefits in the bed are less, obviously because of the mattress, but it's a strong one to do first thing. One more in your own time. Inhale, face, fists, feet. Allow the body to breathe naturally. When the breathing returns to normal, you come up for the balancing boat. Which means we come up and we raise the legs higher this time, and we stop halfway up in a balancing position. So we inhale, lift up the head, lift up the legs, the hands go in line with the knees, balancing boat. And then when you're ready, you dip forward, and you're up in a sitting position. Ready for sitting twists. Sitting twists. Okay, so we're sitting tall, legs straight forward. This is a posture in itself. Hands resting on the knees. Straight back. Thigh muscles contract. So take a breath in from the base of the spine as you inhale. See the breath traveling up, vertebra by vertebra. Lengthening, elongating the spine. As you exhale, soften and relax the shoulders and neck. Of course, your forehead is still like velvet. Your eyes are relaxed, your cheeks, cheekbones, your ears, your jaw, your teeth, your tongue. All of these other things are totally relaxed as you inhale. Take a breath up the spine. Give it a color. See it passing through each vertebra. Right up to your scalp. And as you exhale, you soften and surrender. And smile, dare I say it, smile in the universal language of love. First and foremost to yourself. Free serotonin. So we're going to take the right leg over the left. Sitting tall. And we're going to turn to the left. It's that simple. Now, you must keep your spine straight. If you don't think that's possible, or this, you can use, so right leg over left, keep the spine straight. If you feel that you're bulging a little, then you can take a left hand around and use it as a post as close as you can into your back, and that will keep you straight. So please do this if your back muscles are not strong enough, because there's little point trying to keep the back straight, it exhausts you, and then you lose the benefit of the twist. So we're turning around to our left. This is me using the post, so my hands in close. Even if you're tired, even if your back muscles are strong enough, but the previous day you did something strenuous, use the arm as a post to keep the back straight as you turn to the left. If you don't need it, then you take your left hand and tuck it around the side of the body. Then you just start to breathe slowly and deeply. Inhale as you elongate, exhale as you soften and twist. I'll come round to face the front again. So you can see what I'm doing next. So we've gone to the left. We're inhaling, so elongating the spine, exhaling and we're softening and trying to increase our twist to the left. And then once you've done as many as you're comfortable with, we then twist to the right without moving our legs. So some people take the left arm across the leg like this and around to the right. I prefer to hook around the knee, which gives me an extra pull in this area down here. So I prefer to clasp the knee like this, which gives a lovely stretch down in the hip, arm around the back as I twist to the right. Or remember, if you need the post, use the right hand to push it down, palm on the ground as close to the back as you can manage. And then you just relax and do it. Inhale, straight. Exhale, soften and twist. I used to hate the twists because my lower back wasn't strong enough to hold them. Now I love the twists. Help to squeeze any angst, negativity, doubt, fear, regret. Squeeze it out so you make space for more positivity. Keeps the spine healthy, nervous system clear. So when you're ready to come out, you slowly release the arms and then release the leg. And then you know what's coming now, left leg over right. If you need to go back to this position, in fact, we'll do this. Go back to this neutral position, which can be challenging for people in itself. You're keeping the back completely straight. You're resting the hands on the thighs or the knees. Many people want to sit down like this, rounded shoulder, bent spine. Sit up tall. Let peace begin with me. Let me begin with peace. You can stick in any mantra. If you find that your mind is still racing, if you find that you can't get certain things out of your mind, replace it with a mantra. Mantra, thought protection. Replace it with something positive, something beneficial, something advantageous. Breathe, believe, and receive. Make up a mantra. It can be anything. It can be gobbledygook words, but if the association for you is happiness and joy and healing and energy, that's what you attach to it. So now we'll take the left leg over the right. and we'll turn to the right. Once you're in position, inhale, elongate, exhale, soften and twist. Remember, if you need your post, stick your arm down the back as close as you can, palm downwards, close into the lower back. If you don't need the post, then you can take your arm and put it around the back, your right arm. Any problems, you stop, have a look at the video, rewind and start the practice. Don't be disillusioned or disencouraged if you can't manage these first time. You do what you can. Full yogic breath. One more breath. You build up the time, build up your practice so you can stay in these longer and longer. Then you'll get the added benefits. So we release the arms. We slowly turn back with the torso, keeping the legs in the same position. You can either take the right arm across the top of the leg like this. Some people prefer that. I prefer hooking the knee and pulling on the knee, which stretches this hip area. And then around to the left. I keep repeating myself, but if you feel your back is tired or bent, take the hand, the left arm as a post. It's better to use the arm until the lower back strengthens up. Three more breaths. And slowly release, always slowly. Let the blood and lymph rush back into the structures. Release the leg. You're back in the stationary position. So I believe it's a lunge now. Foot outside of hand, yeah. Sit tall. Relax the face, neck, shoulders. Smile. The shortest distance between two people, a smile. Okay, we're going to do a simple lunge. So we come up onto all fours. We take the right foot, take it outside of the right hand, and you've got the support here, and we just edge it forward and just check, a simple check here that you can come forward and nothing untoward is going to happen. If you can do this relatively easy, then you can edge the foot a little bit further forward. And then lean back a little bit, so that's not too bad. Now you have three options here. You can have the hands flat, or you can have fists, which raises up the torso, obviously, or you can have fingers, as long as you have the thumb directly under the joint to create a firm post. And this is what you use to inhale as you come forward, and then exhale as you soften into the lunge. So play about with the one that works for you, because if I go flat down with the hands, I cannot get so further forward, and it's a stronger, as I try to concave the back, it's a lot stronger. As I come up into fists and try it, it's much easier. And again, fingers higher again. So you can get further in the lunge, but it's not such a strong work on the back. So pick the one that works for you today. I'm going to go with fists. Come forward, soften into it. Stay in the forward lunge. As you inhale, look up. You're trying to concave the back and then soften into the lunge. Inhale, look forward, look up, and soften. Sometimes if you try on the fingers or fists, and then after a few stretches, you can go to the flat hands and compare. You can come back, try the fingers. Slow, smooth, deep breaths. Ease yourself into the position and hold it for as many breaths as you can. Remember, you're not pushing, you're allowing the breath to do the work. Remember, it takes 6 seconds for muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to release. So you don't bounce, you don't force, you allow with the breath, with a smile. So we'll change sides. Inhale as you come back. You can come right back and try and straighten the leg if you wish, but be careful with this. It gives a lovely stretch in the hamstring. And then we'll switch sides. Check you're getting enough width, because when we add different things to this at a later date, we can come up with our arms, we can do a twist, then you need the width to keep your balance. So again, come forward. Remember, each side is different. I'm a lot tighter on this side. So have a try out before you decide if it's going to be flat palms, fists or fingers. So there's not much movement there for me. Center up your hands. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale, soften. Taking a breath from the base of the spine as you follow it up and then soften into the lunge. After a few movements, you can decide which hand position is most appropriate. Remember, it's not a competition. It doesn't matter how far you get in any particular day. Some days will be less than previous days. It depends what you've put your body, or more importantly, your mind through. Inhale as you concave the back, looking up, stretching up. Exhaling as you soften into the lunge. Couple more breaths, but you get the idea. As always, you can pause the video and stay in your favorite posture. If you find one that you really like, you can stay in it for as many breaths as you wish. Gently come out. Sit in Vajrasana. So just sitting on our heels. Allow to recalibrate. This is a wonderful position to sit if you have any digestive issues. It's a good position to sit for meditation, for breathing, for pranayama. You get little wooden stools you can sit on if you have problems with your knees or ankles. You can place a cushion under your bottom. You can place a blanket under your ankles or between your bottom and your ankles. There's many variations. It's a wonderful one to enable you to keep the spine straight. Just allow the body to breathe naturally. Remember, your forehead is still like a piece of velvet. Your eye sockets are soft. Cheekbones are free. Your jaw is relaxed. Your teeth are relaxed. Your tongue. My body is rested. My mind is calm. My heart is at peace. My spirit soars. Okay, we'll come up into a standing position and we'll do a couple simple movements standing. We're going to do the ha breath. So gently come up. Feet a comfortable distance apart. And we're going to raise our arms as we inhale through the nose. And then we're going to come down very softly with a ha as we exhale. And we're placing our hands just anywhere comfortable on the floor. So it's very simple. I'll just demonstrate the first one. So inhale, floppy wrists through the nose. Exhale down with a ha. To any comfortable position. You can let go of the knees a little. It's not about that. And then when you're ready to inhale through the nose as you come up with the arms. Exhale down. So we're just cleansing the lungs. We're getting rid of any stale air in the lower lungs. This isn't about a super stretch. It's nice and loose and free. So it's something like this. Inhale, raise the arms, floppy wrists. Wait for your natural pause. So you've inhaled through your nose and then exhale through the mouth with a as you sweep down, shoulders nice and loose, arms nice and loose. And as you come up, the body will naturally take on board more oxygen. And then exhale down with the hands. So a few more of these in your own time. Stand tall. So if you're doing yoga in a hot country, or you're in a hot climate and you want to cool down, you can do the cooling breath. There are two ways of doing this. The first one is to curl the tongue, but a third of people cannot curl the tongue. So I'll show you this first for the people that can curl the tongue. So we're sticking out our tongue and we're folding in the edges. We inhale through the tongue, exhale through the mouth, through the nose, my apologies. Through the tongue, exhale through the nose. You don't do this if it's a very cold day or it's a dusty day. A lot of pollutants going into the mouth. And the other way is through the teeth. So if you can't curl your tongue, you bare your teeth and you breathe in through the teeth, out through the nose, which will cool the body down. As always, you wait for your natural pause. This is a good preparation for pranayama as well. Calms down the nervous system, calms down digestion, calms down the activity within the body. As I say, in cold climates, you don't do this. Normally you breathe through the nose, which obviously the hairs filter any pollutants and the nose warms the air before it reaches your lungs. So this is why it's through the mouth, the cooling breath. But have a look in Google, do your research, and any questions, give me a shout. Right, what have we got now? We'll have a bit of fun and then we'll finish with the relaxation. So feet slightly more than hip width apart. We're going to inhale as we stretch out through the arms. You're pushing against two brick walls, two imaginary brick walls as you inhale. I am healthy. So you can shout it out. I won't because I've got neighbours, but you can shout it out if you're in the middle of a park. Inhale, I am healthy as you push against two brick walls. Then you step out, down on your haunches. I am strong. So shout it out. I am strong. You come back up on your toes. You inhale, you stretch up. I am full of vitality. Really stretch. Open the body. You're up on the toes. I am full of vitality. You then come in and give yourself a big hug. I am safe. I am safe. And then we finish with you stretch up in a big circle, stretch out right to the fingertips, as big a circle as you can manage. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. Despite what's happening, if you keep the attitude, all is well in your world, then you'll be more able to cope with whatever is happening in your world. So shall we do this once more? So we're going to inhale and push against two imaginary brick walls. I am healthy. Inhale, push. I am healthy. Step out, down. I am strong. Really shout it out if you've got a big garden. I am strong. Or you know that the neighbours are out. And you come up on the toes. I am full of vitality. Give yourself a hug. Relax. I am safe. And then to finish with, Stretch up, really stretch up, a big circle. All is well in my world. So stand tall. We'll finish with a round or two of Vedic salutation. Very simple, but very relaxing. So we're going to inhale as we open the hands, just the hands. Wait for your natural pause. Exhale, close. Inhale, open your arms. Gently lean back. Exhale, namaste. These are still very good stretches. Inhale, raise the hands up. Exhale, namaste. Inhale as you open the arms out. Gently lean back. Exhale, close. And then we finish with inhale as you open the hands. Waiting for your natural pause. Exhale, close. So we'll do this once more and then settle down into any relaxation position you wish. So it can be Shavasana, lying on your back, Advasana, lying on your front. It can be Vajrasana, sitting on our heels, as we've just done. It can be the flapping fish, lying on our sides, the recovery position. It can be sitting in a chair. It can be Sukhasana, the easy cross-leg position. Pick any relaxing position that you wish after this, and we'll finish with the quote. So one more round. Inhale, open the hands. Exhale, close. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, namaste. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, close. Inhale, open the hands. Exhale, close. So in your own time, get into any comfortable, relaxing position. So I'll read out the finishing quote, but it's also something for you to reflect upon as you're lying. in your relaxation position of choice. Reset, refocus, readjust. Restart as many times as you need to, just never give up. So wherever you are at now, in this moment, and there's a few things you'd like to address in your life, start now, right this second, to reset, refocus, readjust. And it doesn't matter if 1 hour later you regress a little or you make a mistake. You stop, you take a breath, breathe in, breathe out, and you try again. You make any apologies you need to, you make any adjustments, reset, refocus, readjust, and you try again. But you never, ever, ever give up. As always, thank you very much. Namaste, with much love.